Welcome back to Up Front and our extended interview with Republican Governor Scott Walker seeking a third term in the November 6th election. A few weeks ago, we had former Governor Tommy Thompson, the Republican, on. And he told me at that time that he regretted the prison building boom of the early 90s. Have you talked with the governor? He really thinks we need to be doing more to get people from prison back into the workforce. Have you talked with him about it?
Yeah, and we talked about this quite a bit earlier this year. We've got some exciting things brewing, building off of some of the things we did. But really what Tommy's talking about is something we started a few years ago, and he wants to go big on, and we'd like to do that as well in this third term, because it fits in with the workforce needs we were just talking about. That is providing more technical and vocational training. About 2 weeks ago, I was over at Gateway Technical College, where we had a bunch of female offenders, folks from Ellsworth, who are graduates in our CNC boot camp that we fund through the technical college down at Sturtevant, Racine County. That's a prime example. And I remember one of the young women that got up who was a graduate said it so well. She said, it's not about relying on chance, we have to change. And so we're getting, whether it's those female offenders or other male offenders like them, we put funding in through our Blueprint for Prosperity to fund more positions. We'd like to go even further, and that's really what Tommy Thompson's talking about. The best way to help people is near the end of their sentence to give them the training and expertise they need so that once they've paid their debt to society, they can be productive parts of society going forward.
So that's something you'll be tackling if you're reelected? Yeah.
Absolutely, and it's a stark contrast because, when you talk about, prisons and other things, prisons to me are the buildings. What's really important are the people. And there's a fundamental difference between Tony Evers and I. He has said, as you know, in a publicly broadcast debate during the primary, he supports a plan to reduce the prison population by 50%. The Associated Press did a fact check, and that they found if you did that today, that would mean thousands of people, thousands of violent criminals out on the streets. I think that's leaving it to chance. What you really need to do, and what I'm going to continue to do and go bigger than what we've done, is make that change that graduate was talking about. That is giving people the skills and then the wraparound support, the resilience training, the transportation, the housing, the other things they need to be successful. And with record low unemployment this year, there's every opportunity for them to succeed.
So very briefly, you think we have the right number of people in prison right now in the state of Wisconsin?
Oh, I think that the key for us to get the population down is not to open the door and just randomly let people out, including violent criminals, because that's what you do if you let 50% out today, instead to make sure that the people leaving have the training and the skills and then the support they need to get into the workforce. Talk to any manufacturer. If you give them a qualified CNC operator, a machinist, a fabricator, a welder, others, they'll put them to work, and that's exactly what we're trying to do with as many inmates as we can.
Let me ask you about President Trump. The two of you work together on Foxconn. You seem to have a good relationship with the president right now. Would you welcome him coming to Wisconsin to campaign on your behalf?
Sure. Sure. I mean, for him, the vice president, they both have been in the state before.
Any plans for that?
We're working on some with the vice president. The president, as you can imagine, has much higher demand. I think the people of the state, well, one, they should know this election is about who's going to be the CEO of state government. So whether you love the president or not, you should vote on who's going to be the governor for the next 4 years, not about what your feelings on the presidential side. But I do think it's important to have a good working relationship with whomever's there. And right now, whether it was a Foxconn, you look at what I mentioned even about the healthcare stability plan, and even last year when Canada went after our dairy farmers through price controls that affected more than affected specifically 54 dairy farmers in this state, I turned to the president and asked him to engage with Canada, and they're still pushing back on that.
Final question, and I know you've been asked this before, but I'll ask it again. Should you be reelected, will you serve out the full term, and will it be your final term in office?
Yes and yes. For me, I'm thrilled to be running for governor. I love traveling this state. I'm proud of the people of the state. I'm proud to be their governor, and I want to get the job done. I want to finish the job. It started out with massive job loss before we were in office. We changed the environment so that employers had the capacity and the confidence to put more people to work. We've got more people working this year than ever before, so now it's all about workforce. And the final part of the equation is the next 3 years, and that is making sure that every student graduates, that we keep our graduates in the state, and that we keep our workforce here with our base of employers, and that we attract new people in. I'll be ready and excited after 4 years of that third term to pass the baton on to hopefully a new generation much better than we received it.
Governor Scott Walker, the Republican who is running for re-election. Appreciate your time today. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thanks, Mike.
Next, the Democratic candidate for Lieutenant Governor, Mandela Barnes. What would be his priorities if elected? And are Trump supporters welcome in the Evers-Barnes campaign?